Welcome back to Lake Living with Barb Coney. I am again participating in the Fall Food Friday collab hosted by Moss Family TV. I have noticed that most of the recipes that are being entered are warm soups, comfort fall foods, but not me. I am drawn to Halloween and the freaky, scary foods. Today, I am bringing dinner to a friend who recently had her knee replaced, and that got me to thinking about body parts. So I am making face pies. I'm using the last of the local grown tomatoes to make a tomato pie, and I'm also making an apple pie. Pillsbury pie crust, and I bought some tomatoes from a farm stand. He said that they're the last for us here in Indiana. They were grown in a wind tunnel and they're supposed to be delicious. I sliced them thinly. I put them on a paper towel and patted them dry. Then I flip them in a little flour, otherwise you'll have a soggy pie crust and it's already not homemade. Then I sliced some red onions very thinly and laid them over my first layer of tomatoes. I mixed about a cup of mayonnaise with cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, basil, garlic, and onion powder, and a little Worcestershire sauce. So I have laid my pie face parts on top of my pie, and now I'm just going to lay the top layer of crust over. And so now my little helper is probably smushing my face parts, but we're coating it with beaten egg with water. A pie canned filling, and then I wanted to make it semi-homemade, so I sliced a couple apples. I sauteed them with some butter, a little bit of maple syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, and pumpkin spice. So then I added the apples that I sauteed to the canned filling. I've never used a canned filling, but it tasted pretty sweet, which is why I didn't really add very much maple syrup and definitely no sugar to the apples that I sauteed. I'm just going to mix them together and then put them in the pie shell. So I learned on the tomato pie that the eyes and the nose and the lips, when you bite into that in the pie, were not very tasty, all that dough. So I've just sliced the apples into the face of a eyes, nose, and mouth. I'm going to arrange them on my pie now. I have the eyes, nose, and mouth arranged on the top of my pie. I'm worried it's going to be a little lumpy, but I've tried to pat the apples down underneath the face parts. Okay, so he's ready to go. I had to unfortunately poke some holes in, but I gave him some eyebrows to let the steam out and his nose. So I gave him ears too. I think they look gross. Can't wait till he comes out. So here's my finished tomato pie. I used some olives for the eyes. So this is my finished pie. I picked up a couple food coloring markers from Myers, and then I got a little carried away, but I just think he's adorable. Can't wait till next Food Friday. I can't wait to see what I'm going to make.